Hi, I'm Tammy from Tower Hills Therapy Centre. I'm just wanting to talk to you today a little bit about being ready, having that feeling of being ready for things. And it's because I keep hearing people say that they're not ready, or they need to be ready, or they need to feel in a certain state when they're getting motivated to start a new project. Or start a new business, or whatever it is, like a fitness campaign or anything that's new. And what some people do is they study and study and study, and there's never enough courses. They're constantly going on new courses to learn more, and then they'll be ready. Or some people do is wait till they're in the right frame of mind. So either they have to wait for the right weather, or the conditions to be right around them, or to have the right connections, meet the right people, or something, whatever it is that means that they're then in that frame of mind to feel like they're ready. And what I really wanted to say is that there's a secret to success that successful people know. And it's really that you can ignore that feeling about having to be ready, and you can just start things when you're nowhere near ready. On the basis that you might never ever get that feeling of being ready, and actually sometimes it's more of a feeling than a reality. So what happens in our brains is our mind is constantly giving us signals. So it's that inner voice which is talking to you, and sometimes it's just always it's continually chatting to you, and you can, if you're quiet your mind, you can really hear it. So if you just sit quietly and stop speaking for a moment, you'll just hear that inner voice, and that inner voice changes and gives you all sorts of different signals. Sometimes they're useful, sometimes they're not useful, and they switch about really quickly. And all of that's to say that if you're waiting and just relying on what that inner voice is telling you, like when you're going to be ready for something, you might never start. So actually, what your mind is doing when it's giving you guidance via that inner voice, or giving you certain thoughts, whether they're positive or negative thoughts, it's really trying to move you away from things that feel uncomfortable and things that feel overwhelming, or that feel like you're not safe in some way, towards feelings where you feel more comfortable and you feel more safe, and that you're in control of what's going on. But if you rely on those feelings, what your mind is doing is moving you towards safety, and it's moving you towards a smaller life. So if you listen to that, if you have in your mind that you need to have a certain positive feeling before you'll take action, actually you might never take that action, because your mind never wants you to be in a place that feels kind of quote unsafe. It's to do with your mind wanting you to move towards what's familiar and away from what's unfamiliar. And it's a natural phenomena, and it's really helpful in some ways. But if you're wanting to start a new project, it's really unhelpful, and it holds you back. So what I would say is, forget that feeling about being ready, and just work out what your goals are, and then start even if you're not ready, even if you don't feel ready, if you feel like there's loads more to learn, if you feel like it's massively uncomfortable, that's okay, still start. And as long as you've created your goals and you know a direction that you're heading in, just take some first steps. It's not until you take those first steps that you really kind of push beyond what's the comfortable zone, and into where it is uncomfortable, and maybe you're not enjoying it, but that's where you need to be to achieve that goal. And that's my message for today, is really around just stepping outside of that comfort zone and taking things on that are a little bit uncomfortable, because they're gonna feel uncomfortable, and you're never gonna feel like you're ready. If you wait for that moment, the steps, it's really, really tricky to take those steps. If you disregard it and say, look, I'm gonna do it whether I'm ready or not, and just choose a day, let it be today, and just get on and do it. That's the way to success. That's the key to getting over those fears and over that kind of obstacle, that thing that's stopping you from really moving forward. I'm Tammy Parnell from Tara Hills Therapy Centre, and that's all I wanted to talk about today. Okay, thanks. Bye bye.